In March 2026, the Rajasthan Royals cricket franchise was sold to a US-led consortium for $1.63 billion. The Indian Premier League, or IPL, operates as a massive economic machine, generating billions in broadcast rights and packing stadiums across the subcontinent. But look at the payout sheet for this billion-dollar transaction, and you'll find a striking anomaly. The single most fascinating financial windfall doesn't belong to a billionaire tycoon or an active superstar. It belongs to a man who hasn't bowled a ball in over a decade. That man is legendary Australian spinner Shane Warne. Thanks to this 2026 buyout, his estate is receiving roughly 460 crore rupees, or about $55 million US. This massive transfer of wealth highlights a hard truth about the sports industry. True financial leverage rarely comes from a playing contract. Lucrative victories are negotiated in the boardroom. A professional athlete typically operates on a simple, high-velocity financial model. They generate massive amounts of cash over a short period through auction salaries and brand endorsements. The problem with this model is the retirement cliff. The moment a player's physical utility declines or they suffer a career-ending injury, that primary income stream drops to zero. This graph shows how equity operates differently. Unlike a salary, which flatlines when you stop working, an equity stake compounds. When the 2026 Royals buyout occurs, the curve spikes vertically, dwarfing standard career earnings. To achieve true generational wealth, an individual has to stop trading time for a paycheck and secure a percentage of the underlying business. Let's rewind to 2008. Shane Warne had recently retired from international cricket. Soon after, he was approached to join a risky, unproven startup league called the IPL. The franchise courting him was the Rajasthan Royals. They were the cheapest team in the league, the ultimate underdogs, and widely considered the weakest squad on paper. The Royals ownership group presented their initial offer. They wanted Warne to serve as both captain and coach for a flat salary of $657,000. Warne accepted the salary, but added a bold counteroffer. He demanded an additional 0.75% ownership stake in the franchise for every single year he played. This is the textbook definition of sweat equity. Sweat equity is when you take a risk on a new venture and accept company ownership as compensation for the hard work and strategy required to make that venture succeed. With that single demand, Warne elevated himself from a disposable hired contractor into a founding partner. His financial incentives were now perfectly aligned with the overall valuation of the team. Warne quickly delivered on his end of the deal. He proved adept at identifying unknown and elevating unknown, inexpensive talent, like Ravindra Jadeja, whom Warne famously dubbed his rock star, to build a winning culture. Against all odds, the underdog Royals lifted the inaugural IPL trophy in 2008. That victory instantly validated the concept of the league and established the franchise as a serious financial asset. This pie chart represents the Rajasthan Royals' ownership. Warne played 4 seasons, accumulating a total equity stake of 3. But his equity functioned as a financial time machine, capturing and compounding the league's immense growth for well over a decade after his retirement. Tragically, Shane Warne passed away suddenly in 2022. He did not live to see this final billion-dollar transaction materialize. This highlights the ultimate legal power of equity. While a salary contract dies the moment the worker can no longer perform, an ownership stake is a hard, transferable asset that survives its owner. Because of that structure, this massive $55 million payout bypasses the standard sports ecosystem entirely. It transfers directly to his descendants. Warne secured 2 very different trophies in 2008. One is a physical cricket cup that sits in a display case. The other is a sweat equity contract that actively secured his family's financial future long after he was gone. The highest form of compensation isn't what you are paid to perform today. It is what you own of the future you helped build.